We could do this. Oh, that's interesting. We'll get a chance to have revenge on this sector, because apparently we get another. We get unstable planets this time instead of harmful radiation. We still get export focus. So unstable planets does. This one I'm not too much of a fan of as well. This is actually also a pretty difficult one. Unstable planets makes it so there are planets that produce energy. You might be like, oh well, that's amazing. Yeah, but the planets will only ever produce one single energy, which might again mean monetary trouble. But let's go. I like playing with a random though. And it's also because I like seeing how good things are in the game. Like I'm making like a spreadsheet thing, and I'm trying things out and seeing, how good are the different races, how good are the different techs, how good are the different perks. And the best way to really do that is to say, let's start with something, just anything random, and see how good it is. So we get geology this time. Geology allowing you to make great ore labs. We don't have the Vattori, so we'll have to do that. We also get joint factories, which I have kind of mixed feelings about. I used to think, well, it's not very good because it's really hard to make lots of chips or lots of bots. On the other hand, you can make a very connected empire. There's our skill up available again. There's also some really nice late game income techs for the Euphorians, as well as brain machine interfaces, which is great early game. Then there is gravitic mining available. Right, we didn't get the prospectors, so we couldn't do that, but it's fine. There's Starbirth and monoliths for the late game. Starbirth is, you shouldn't underestimate it. It's actually quite strong. And then mineral seeding as well, although that's less amazing when you don't have the Bakar tech that combines with it and you have geology. That's fine though. There's freeze resistant bots as well to help with making our ore producing planets not be unsuccessful. Be successful. Yeah, I did. When I played the beta, I picked some councils as well, because the beta we only had 4 days to play in a month, right? So I wanted to kind of pick the perks that weren't in the alpha. I tried the new things, right? Because there was a bunch of new stuff added to the game. There was I got a culture run in the beta. I got a thing, but now that we have the full game, there's so much more to experiment with. That random is fine too. We'll get, we'll get more 50,000 point runs, I'm sure. Maybe even this one, right? You wouldn't think it, but it might just still happen. There is economic zones, and there is also the option of getting more text through forebear ruins. And sometimes you can get a key tech, right? If you get a forebear ruin with teleporters, that's the ruin. It's like an FTL, right? You can find a glaive beam in space, just floating about, right? Or you could be playing the stealth bee and find yourself what's it called? A pre-igniter? And suddenly you're set. And suddenly it's the best ship in the game instead of the worst ship in the game. That can just happen. I think this is a good start here. These 4. Have a look-see. Okay, so we already have an ore planet here. And another potential one. Just... The first thing I do when I have geology is think, where is the ore lab going to go? Because that's sort of the thing that geology really allows you to do. It's sort of a perk that says, build a big ore lab early. And the best way to do that is to find yourself an ocean planet, so that, you also gain a lot of money at the same time. Yeah, how you fight it, essentially, yes. So the other option here is recycling. I mean, that would be something like like this to start off with. Not too terrible, right? You always have a potential food, even though it's not, you know, the most ideal thing to do for food. If there is a forge world defined or a water world defined, I mean, there's water from here, there's potential water from here, so it can always upgrade. All right, decent option. I want to know what this is as well, because it's a two-way trade option, so we're not particularly in a hurry to place it immediately. But we have the Bakar. And the Bakar do have missions that say explore X planets. So if you find something decent enough, it can be instructive to just take it. I'll just take it. Switch, right? And then I would want to know, you know, am I going to take this farm or that farm? So I'm going to explore once, right? But this area wouldn't help me in that respect. Like deciding where is the farm going to go. I would love to find a good farm down here. Instead, though, we find a good forge world. Goods factory, right? Which would be able to go in two directions. And then, you know, another chip world. That would mean probably a chip lab instead of an ore lab, but that's fine too. We'll build the ore lab in another location, hopefully. There's going to be lots of ore planets. It doesn't have to be over here. It doesn't have to be the first location that's available. So then are we forced to take this farm? I mean, I still don't want to force myself to take that farm. Because, yeah, look. Right. This is a much easier way to farm, probably. It also requires robots and biomatter, but not immediately, both. And also, I can always take a robot if I don't find one, and then it's always at least established. Also, you know, you do have to pay the one upkeep, but it's only 1 coin at the end of the year. Again, like the Bakar missions, right? I don't want to hold that up, because we can get the Bakar mission, we can get to that 60 credits. That's available. Look, this is not too hard, right? Yeah, that's doable. This one's really nice. Establish 6 trade routes. I could also make 4 chips though. And I was planning on making some here. In general. Right, we'd leave this farm for a bit, but that's fine. If we can get some water, we could probably just get there immediately. Also, there's another two-way trade, It's going to be that. So it's going to be production and trade. So we'll get one of the 6 trades immediately. Aphorians, by the way, have 80 credits, so even more money. Maximum dosh. So this one is next with another two-way trade. Just like that. We're in November already. If I do this two-way trade though, I'm cutting off this ore here, so I'd need a secondary ore from down here. So I'd want to know what is over here. Is there more ore? There is. Is it in range though? It is. So the best thing to do here is, since we have a 4-bar rune and going to want to explore it, and I'm going to go do it from there. I mean, yes, I'm cutting you off, and yes, I might be cutting off its only robot access. Am I gambling that? Am I willing to take that? I think I am. If worst comes to worst, we'll have to wait until extreme miniaturization, and we can take a microforge to fix it, or we can take energy to fix it in the late game. That wouldn't mean taking a 3% penalty, but I think this is such a strong thing to do with like goods from like 2 different locations, and it's like, yeah. Oh, look at that. I can just take 2 robots here anyway, so we're fine. If I want to be super greedy, I could take microchips and make a lab, but we wouldn't have the money to do that. We want to get these these like money people to level 2, and then use that extra credits, right? That extra injection of cash, that like rescue funds, to get us. I mean, I might have wanted to do this instead, but Nah, I did want to know what this is. Actually, no, this would have been better, right? Yeah, we made 6 money. Whoops. Yeah, that's a bit of a mistake then. Oh well. Where are we going from here then? Actually, no, it's not, because it doesn't have the second human yet. That's fine. It wants to send that here. And for that purpose, it wants to have this information as well. Okay. I mean, you could become another farm. Like, this needs a farm, which is the problem. Of some description. I mean, this asteroid seems like the thing to go for first. It's just connected to everything. Or I could take you instead. This is so much cheaper too, right? Maybe we don't cut this in the middle. We sort of leave that. We will be able to use the chip anyway, so... Yeah, this just seems like a better solution, actually. Be able to use it. Also, there's a severe need of water here. This Earth is not going to be able to provide enough. It's going to provide 2, but not 3. It's a bit of a shortage. So that helps in various ways. Right, and then we can connect this in as well. And then I guess we can go have a look over here. Right, well, we're at 7 out of 8. Find ourselves more asteroids. So we have a lot more asteroids than last time. So we're feeling a lot better in that respect. So now you want one more trade, which has to be water or biomatter or robot. Thankfully, we've got some water available here. This one's slightly off though. Also, if we go up, we do go down in income a little bit. I'd want to unlock this as well. This is a good source of income. Also, you know, if we could keep our asteroids, we can go ahead and take a lot of money through gravitic mining as well. There's that to consider too. How would I like to farm for you? Down here, perhaps? Well, not down there. And that's out of range, so it's going to be over here. Now, whether or not they're going to be able to fix both of these farms, I do not know. But I am going to get an additional good in there, which should count for something. Also, if I'm not mistaken, if I take these two, I could send both in here and make a lot of money here as well. Well, that, you know, 2 successful planets, 4 income, not too shabby. Where's our ore lab going to go at this point? Nowhere yet. And there's this, right? And then human, ore. No, but that's just 2. That's not too much. Still okay. But we need to find a source of bots here. There is this one we could do, right? Or I just can't be using anything. Yeah, we'd like to find some ocean worlds, so I can use all of the ore, but I did not find any yet. So now what's next? We're growing. I'd like to be able to get further. So I'd like to be able to get some chips in. So I'd like to be able to do this. Really is the question. Right. Yeah, I'd really like to be able to make water here. The lack of robots everywhere, right? Should I have taken some of these as robots instead? Perhaps, right? Like if I had connected... I mean, I wouldn't be able to connect this in now without a chip of some sort. I could have made the chip here, I suppose, right? 2 chips both ways and then make robots there. But then we wouldn't have any goods, right? So we wouldn't have successful people producing planets everywhere. But you know, those things are valuable. And I think we'll just take the 18 to to be able to keep on looking for stuff. I could also mine here immediately. I don't think I want to because our income's quite low still. Although we have enough asteroids to just keep going, right? No, we'll keep going then. Alright, sort of see what's up here. Hey, our first like energy thing. Now this takes away some of the options, right? But thankfully not all, so we can still make a monoculture farm, which I think is a much better option for us here than any of the other things. Although making a core power plant makes it so that we can make a robot here and put that in and make an energy to make another robot here, which makes water, which makes you happy and you happy, but cuts you off, right? Like I'm looking at this, I'm like, wait a second, or, people. Like if I do this, that, and of course I don't make this connection, that would make no sense whatsoever. And then maybe, I don't know, that, right? We could get 1, 2, 4, 6 science out of this. No, wait, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 7 science. That doesn't seem awful. And how many plants is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'd be at 14. That doesn't seem terrible. And we'd also have some asteroids around here to be able to do it. Also, there's one here too. Of course, I'm still not fixing our robot problems here. I mean, I can always fix this one like that. I want to do it in 2 years ideally, so that we can keep it at below minus 8. If it ever hits minus 8, we get a 3% permanent penalty. So don't want to take that. So which resource is still missing? Green stuff. Can we take that first? I mean, green stuff is wanted everywhere, right? That's the problem here. Like I can't... Yeah, that's the main issue. The main issue is order and placement, right? This needs another colony on the other side in order to really work. The reason is that this wants the goo and this wants the goo and everyone wants the goo. That's the main issue here. So I think this is like a fairly good solution. So like Gaia World, two-way trade. Foreign options unlocked. And of course the ship's mission is not going to be as easy. Still, get a pretty nice asteroid there. Send in a... do I want to do that? It's -2. Don't I want to do this one first or -1? I mean, this is tentative, I guess. Compared to the other things. Yeah, I think this is still the cheapest thing we can do. I do need this connection for food. We cannot cross streams here. And can I just... Yeah, I made this connection is the problem, right? Maybe I shouldn't have, right? So I could have made this instead. Which would have maybe made more sense. Although I would have cut this off, right, from the ability to make a laboratory. Yeah, perhaps it's fine. Also, order. Do the two-way trade first, please. That makes just more sense to do. And then go ahead and tweak things to your liking. Oh. Build this first. Right, I mean... this can be quite the lab. just want to make sure that we get as much money as possible. Before we inevitably run into the same problem as last time. Which is not something I'd want to repeat, hopefully. Maybe I'd take a look. I think we'll go to 3407 now. Yeah. And now we have 58, which should be enough to build the whole thing. Down here. And get all these things in here. Well, it's one short, but, you know, now it's good. Okay. Lab has been built. So science is now going at rapid pace, actually. And if I can get some money, then we can keep things going because we have some good money techs as well. That is not what I'm looking for, is it? Like that. That doesn't look quite right, but I'll keep going. Because this is, I mean, maybe you? Can you reach? You can. Okay, that's very good. Because the moment I add another colony in here, this becomes amazing. Will I wait a month? Yeah, we'll wait a month here. We'll go to 3408. We'll get ourselves probably brain machine interfaces this year. Allowing to build a project that increases the plant's output. I'll have to be careful that I don't build them where I want to skill download later. There's also both monoliths and drill bosses there. Yeah, there is. But no good way to really an economic zones. So now this could be sent here to produce lots of food. And then I can make this connection. We can get a free habitat. Is that valuable enough to want to build somewhere? Habitats unlock economic zones for us, like improve them. I could build a habitat, for example, in here. And that would allow me to build an economic zone here, as well as make use of this food and send a person in there. To be honest, I don't know if that's worth 25, which is what I'd be effectively paying for it. Also, you know, I can complete the mission, right? Although no, we can't because you have multi-purpose factories. Oh yeah, we do have those things. So this only makes one chip. It's like one short. Maybe it's just the money though, because it allows me to just connect this immediately with 15. Right? This is this. There's 3 income. Now, if I build a brain machine interface though, also we have solar superconductors. And I've noticed we have a bunch of, do we have a bunch of deserts? We have one, but it's in use, right? There's one here. But I mean, that might just as well be a mine. Might it be though? Like solar superconductors actually, hold on a second, they need a chip and a bot. Right? So they'll use the bot. The problem with the multi-purpose factory, the thing that makes it hard to use is the fact that when you build it and you use the chip, you also need to use the bot in order to get a second chip. But if we have solar, isn't that the solution? If we have solar, which we'll get the brain machine next year, right? We can do something like this. But then we'll go to 16, right? I want the brain machine first then. We'll just have to skip a bit. That's okay. Getting brain machine allows me to do this. Give me 5 income, right? This is, of course, it could be very nice with skill up, but I want the money. And this is the planet that will make the most money with brain machine. Skill up, by the way, is unavailable in colonies, so it's always nice to brain machine those. Especially when you've used more than one human from them. This one as well, right? It's also being used 2 humans. We could even use a 3rd if we want to. But as long as you've used, I mean, this one is also being used, has also used 3 humans, but one of them is into a lab. So we've used 2 humans for trading. I should say, you know, humans used for trading. You get an extra 3 income. So yeah, we'll skip the rest. We'll get 41, which is a lot better. Some new tech is available, which, you know, solar superconductors are here. And those will allow me to complete the mission. Now, I do have to do this in the right order. Otherwise it won't work. So now we have energy available. We send in an ore. And then energy becomes the 2nd ore, allowing us to complete our mission. New tasks are now available. Discover 9 planets is fairly easy, as is establish 2 more import hubs. I don't know about making 6 chips. 6 microchips seems like a lot. But doing these 2 things should be doable. Also, I want the 80 credits, right? So I'll make any excuse to try to do a mission that gives me that much money. So I can do this, right? Take the asteroid. Right, explicitly for purposes of being able to do that. And that's even affordable even with a brain machine interface somewhere. So I might want to look into, you know, do I want one? Another one? I might want one. Do we have the tech that allows us to... No, we don't, right? Like, skill up facilities are big, right? Because skill up facilities allow you to make more stuff. I mean, we could also just take energy driven industry instead. If we're going to focus on making lots of energy everywhere, and that will do the same thing. We'll also make you lots of things. And there's something about making too many things, right? You only have so many months to bring things to different places, and if we don't have things like teleporters or hyperlanes, then it's going to be quite hard to actually get rid of all of our goods if we have both energy driven industry and skill up. You might just go for one of the 2. In which case it's fine to just sort of like place machine interfaces everywhere. We can. Also, you know, that makes some good money. Alright, this is our first trade hub done already. Using the energy instead of using goods. Finishing things up over here. Also, you can put machine interfaces on energy planets. But you can also put skill up facilities on those, and that's, I think, way better on an energy producing planet. You know, you get an extra energy, which you will always be able to use. Like, almost. Right? That's just so good. Compared to extra things. Let's explore some planets. 3 pieces, alright. Like here, for example, right? There you go. We could be able to make water here or something. I don't know. Are we interested in building another laboratory at some point? Perhaps, but first I'm interested to make some money. Okay, what's this over here? I mean, energy-driven industry, since we have, of course, this power plant thing, could be a thing. This one will not be able to make anything but an algae farm. If it's not a power plant, and I don't like those power plants because they don't... What about that? I don't know. Right. If this is that, can you connect? You can't. Difficult to satisfy, right? I mean, here, right, if we get energy-driven industry, then you can get another chip out there. Or I could do something like that, right? And then you could be food, right? To use up the green stuff. And then you could be an extra robot, right? If only we could make a person here. But we could make an energy for the robot instead. Right, something like that. Oh, I kind of have to take a very poor scan here. Do want to know what you are, though. More ore. Well, I mean, I can't say no, right? I shouldn't say no to this. That's just so good. Give me 2 more science. Sure. I'll take 8 science. Seems reasonable. There are many ways to fix this up. Question is, is this going to be a colony here? I mean, this might be a way, right? You get another science. You got a 9. I'd want to know what's behind it, though. I can get 4 here. I want to at least know that there is going to be a way to build a farm behind it. Also, I still have to fill these 2 farms up. We kind of at least always fix this one, but now we're taking -8s, right? But I guess, right, it's so much better to go for this side. It just turns out. Because if I can make another hub, I should definitely do it, though. Doing so will make me a lot of money. I like money. I mean, who doesn't like money, right? So, like, one of the ways of doing that is to build this thing. It's a pretty good way of doing that, in fact. We'll hit it next year on October, because it's October, yeah. We won't be able to afford it this year. I'll still get the full credit, though. Yeah, I don't think it's the colony here, then. So I should build that first, because we can actually afford it, I believe. Yeah, just about. Right, and now I can get a water here, which I can use to get an import hub. I mean, I'd rather send it there, but we'll get a second water or an energy for you. So we'll send the water to get 80 credits. That seems reasonable. Explore the designated area. Where do you want me to go now? That's a pretty far away place to go to. We could do it. It's 60 credits. 2 forge rolls successful. We don't really have... we already have 2 successful forge rolls. It's like 1 here, but... there's 1 there, but we need to do so many things to get 2 more, so... let's take the other 2 then. And establishing trade routes for 7 different resources. Like, the Euphorians have some of the most flexible, nice missions to do. So we have graphitic mining we could unlock at this point. Or mineral seeding, which is kind of pointless. So wave augmentation for longer slipways. But I'm more interested in these like tier 3 techs, I think. There's energy-driven industry, which will produce lots of bots and chips and stuff in here. There's economic zones, which will help in various locations, like over here. And there is extreme miniaturization, which allows for the construction of microchips in microforges, which we could use to build an ore lab or a chip lab, basically, pretty much, right? That's what you use that for, almost universally. At least in my experience, is what I tend to use that for. And a pretty good chip lab usually too, right? In fact, it might be time for a secondary lab at this point. Just don't know what it's really going to research, but income's not good enough yet, I think. Let's connect you up though. Right, that's 6 income. Yeah, no, that's good enough. So if I send in a second bot, right, I want to do that. Then I could get some water for you as well. Yeah, maybe we should do this first, right? So we have lots of money. Did I? No, we did that this year actually, so that's fine. We can build some more brain-machine interfaces in various places. Ocean first, huh? I don't know. There's this ocean as well. There's lots of places where you'd want to build things. This can connect into a ruin if I take it. I mean, I might... This is just out of range. So perhaps it might be wave augmentation still. Only for one thing though, maybe? I don't know. Also, if I take that, then... Right, let's reverse that. I could take this first. Look at that. Two goods. Might be too good to be true. The money is good though, but it's not too much. I could take two goods and make this thing happy. In fact, it can quite use a good because it's actually using its people fairly well. We can send one more in here as well. We could even send one in there as well, right? There's many spots where I can use it. If I can make a robot here, then definitely this also has some good uses. A robot can go here and a robot can go there. This can produce water. Water can go in here. It's not too shabby. There's quite a few good locations here as well, down here. Also, playing near the black hole is a good idea. The locations close to the black hole will have closer planets and more frequently will have bigger clusters. Yes, the two goods will be better than the 36. The thing is, this scales with your income. Something you might not know, but it's 75% of whatever your income is. So if your income goes up to say 200, then it's going to become 150 in the late game. Goods export is kind of complicated. You can look it up. The developer had a post on their Discord about it, but it's 3, 4, or 5 on tough. There's 4 base, but struggling has a 25% penalty, and then successful has a 10% bonus, and then I believe that prosperous has a 20% bonus. It stacks on both sides, and you have to round down afterwards. Yes, this is complicated. So like this is 4 income because it's 4 plus 10% is 4.4, rounds down to 4. And it's like per good as well. So like you need 30% before it becomes 5. That's why it's only 3, 4, or 5 on tough. That's much easier to remember actually. If it's strongling, it's 3. If it's a prosperous with something, it's 5, and otherwise it's 4. It's like all these are 4 per good. The weird thing though is that if you get something like machine interfacing, this does not round down. This can round up. Right? We went from 8 to 11, and like 30% of 8 is 2.4. So this rounded up for some reason. I don't know. It's kind of weird like that. Uh, 6 at most? I don't know about that. We might get more. We have the Euphorians and we have economic zones, which is quite the strong tech for income. Now we'll see. For now, I'll just leave it until we actually have to take it, which I probably will take it actually, just to get this up to successful, I would imagine. Like that. Right, and take it in December. You get what? You get 1 extra income? Because this does cost something to run, right? Yeah, 3 upkeep. But I mean, you do get this as well. And don't forget, you get an extra brain machine interface. Let's plonk as many down as we can. Now, that one's not really valuable enough for me to do. I might want to hold off on this one as well if we ever decide to go for skill up facilities. This one's okay though. It's another 3 income. We got one here for 3 income. Just investing, right, in the future. Do we have anything we want to do with this Forge World? There's skill download. Do we have... We do not have the Silthid tech that gives you luxury, which is good with skill download sometimes. But there's not enough colonies around here to do it anyway, so let's go. Okay. So that's a bunch of money. Right, we're already at 66 income. I think we'll hit the 80. Right, and then the final thing. This seems fine. 72. Yeah, 21 income from this one planet here. And then, where are we going to go next? Where is this going to go next? So I'd like to go to 23 planets and then build another lab, I think. And get the Euphorian discount. So what are we labbing? Because now we have a possibility of doing microchips in a laboratory. If we have the opportunity to do so, that would be quite valuable. Like, there's something to be said for doing something crazy with these. These are actually a good way to make science, right? You can do something like build 2 of them, build microforges in them, and then connect these up into a laboratory, and then get some additional ones as well, right? And you suddenly have 3 chips and a human in a laboratory. I don't know if this is the best location for that, though. There might be better spots out there. For example, here also have an extra chip available already, and we have ore available here, and better yet, we have planets here that, you know, want those chips, so we don't throw away the second chip that these things are making. Also, you know, economic zones, right? Then on top, I think it's a good thing to do. And of course, being able to upgrade the forges later for robots that are needed here. There's this one as well, which I might want to take at this point. 30? Can we afford to do that at this point without bleeding too much? And there's like this option, right, which I was talking about earlier, which is the better income option, but I think it's this one that we want. We'd be at 52. I'll hold off on it for 1 more year, I think. We're not quite ready to take that. What do you... Oh, you wanted me to explore, right? All the way down here. Perhaps we should do that first. You get 60 money for that. I mean, I might as well scan in the direction at the very least. Maybe find a different way of making robots. Yeah, I guess, right? Mineral-rich planet will make robots with microforges later. I will wait with the exploration a bit, though. It takes such a long time to do. And getting the science first seems so good. Also, this helps with the exploration too, right? It like sends it in and gets it this way. So this is in range, so that be neat. Right, just send in the human. So that does benefit, yeah. Brain-machine interfaces, let's go. We got them everywhere. So now all these like things are gonna be... Okay, so how do you do this is you place the thing, you install it, upgrade it, and you repeat. Making sure that you get the money out of it. And then this year we build the lab. We get that one. And then, yeah, would you look at that? Could even do this, which is actually smart because we have these multi-purpose factories. This is very likely to be a factory, so that, you know, this one's satisfied. And then you can send its chip down here into the laboratory. Let's just connect everything in. Get 6 more science points, right? Microforges down here don't really cost us any income, right? actually gain 1 income because they use both of their chips. Because there are 2 planets here that use chips to make people. And then, you know, you can do something like that as well. Making even more. Alright, and now we get access to either economic zones or energy-driven industry. It would probably be my preferences. Let's see how much economic zones already does, actually. Not much right now, but that's 3. And then, do they actually work on microforges? I can't remember if they do. I already researched it, right? Oh, they do! Oh yeah, then I should definitely take them. That's ridiculous. That's going to be a massive amount of money. Plus 60% on every one of those microforges. And I can build them like everywhere. Right? I can do some fancy shenanigans with that. Like that's just a given. Okay, so we'll do that. Again, people are making noise outside with bikes and whatnot, but just ignore it. We'll just ignore that for now. I think I can take the robots here now. I mean, you could wait for universal miniaturization, which allows you to make the robots on microforges, right? Really build a lot of microforges. I do think this is okay to take robots though. It's certainly a good idea to make ore here though. Because like I can take another microforge here and fix these 2 up. Microforges are a really nice source of income, right? You might not think they are, but they definitely are. Okay, so down here is where we need to go. Which is quite far. You don't need to go quite that far, you just need a planet near it. Of course, when you don't get to explore things though, things get a little hairy. Let's see if we can find some food for this first, I think. Well, you are at -4. I want to try to keep things solved a bit. Let me check this forge world now. Yeah, I mean, I'll be able to send in the chip, right? We'll be able to power up the lab further. I think that's good enough to just do. Another 8 science. Now you got 17 science from 2 labs. It's like efficient. It's quite efficient. We're also at 23. So it's actually perfect. Because we'll be able to get into next year and still get most of our income up. And, you know, hopefully fix things then. And you got energy-driven industry available, which actually is quite useful, I believe. I mean, not for this. That costs us a happiness, actually. Where else do we have energy? I'll be able to use these things a lot more freely. There's also something to be said for exploring here to find a colony for the second good. There's lots of things to do. Let's try down here though. See if I can find... Oh, is that connectable? It's not. So lots of ore down here. Make another one of these, right? I mean, it's possible. I've done it before. Yes, you get a 2 science penalty, but if there's that much stuff, there's nothing wrong with making one. Although this... If we just had the chip already, right? More chips around here, right? I mean, we could make some. But how is this going to get food, right? That's the problem. Like, we want this connection for the food, unfortunately. If we could make food from here somewhere, I would, because we could make more microchips. I think we should make more microchips though. Like, unironically. Unironically, the best choice. Just make a relay later. Just relay this in here. Relay in an energy. Get energy-driven industry. And we can get relays and energy-driven industry. It takes 59 science, which is about 3 years from now. And we could make more stuff with microchips. The reason why I'm saying that is this mine can produce 2 ore easily. can produce 2 more microforge, which can interconnect like this, right? The same as on this other side. Both of them can go into the laboratory, producing, I don't know, how much science? Like 12 at that point. One of them can go into here, producing an energy. That energy can then go in here, and then we get lots of bots and chips and things here as well. With energy-driven industry, we get an extra one of both, in fact. Which then suddenly, you know, you've got a chip, a bot, a food, and a thing, a good available here. Like, you've got everything here. So, I mean, if you had Trade League, right? But we don't. There's also this, drill bots. No, we can't expand our lab in any reasonable way, so it's not really all that useful. In fact, drill bots is not very useful at all because we got mines and things. Also, there's another energy here. Wait, isn't that the solution? But energy can't really go into other energy. The thing is, like, if I do this connection, I will be cutting off the ore, right? Like, it's easily possible to microforge our way to that, but it's like, do I want to do that? I think I want to use a relay here. Like, I think this is good enough to want to use a relay. And we'll also, yeah, move towards this area a bit. It's like, yes. It works, right? Let's go crazy with it. It's just, which one do we do first? It's like 3 of these ore planets here. Could do an ore lab, yeah. First things first, though. Let's get. That might want to be energy, though. Let's get you, and then. Inside one as well as outside one. No matter how I do it, I'm going to need a relay for the food. Right, but then 10 science. Seems like a little bit redonkulous, but do we have energy in here as well? No, we don't. Nice. Because now I can do... I mean, I could send this back, but that doesn't do anything, right? But I can do this, which then solves you. Now we get a tech discount, and we also get... I don't have to take this now. I can take slipstream relays first. Solve things a little quicker. Because this doesn't have a human. Am I doing this in the wrong order because of that? And this will be able to give a human to something. I can relay in food from here. I can relay a bot in like that. Maybe on the other side though, because I would like to make this. Would I like to make this? I can't do that. Yeah. It's December. Maybe we should take an asteroid. Because right now there is quite a bit of administration costs, and I'm going to be paying them if I found another planet. Take one asteroid here. Get our slipstream relay up. Slipstream relay allowing you to connect things into various places in interesting ways, I suppose, right? I'm deliberately leaving it a little bit of extra room here. Can't do that because cut that off, right? Yeah. So like here to do that. And then I can do another one here to solve. We haven't been making a lot of things successful, so we're not really able to use a lot of brain machine interfaces. It's okay though. We're doing pretty good. There we go. It's our Microforge special. And then this one goes in here and produces even more stuff. I have to use this asteroid though first. Can I like do that though to get some more money? Right, there's 12 science. It's a whole pile of chips, right? A pile of chips. Also this. Actually, yes, that will make a bunch of successful things. I should probably do that. Let's get our energy-driven industry, because if we don't get it now, we'll never get it. Whoa, what happened there? I did not want to do that, maybe. Because it'll make a second energy here, and it's not the best place for it. I might want the water first. Although, where's this chip going to go? I mean, no. This water will go into here, and this will go into there. And this will get its ore that it needs. Although it needs to send something out this way. Let's just find out what's over here, because I want to know for purposes of... That can be done with a relay as well, potentially. Although it would be kind of annoying, because it will block off access to the ocean. It probably just wants to go in here. Right. In which case this can become successful, and this can do this. This can do that. This can do two-way trade. We have more ore available for more chips and things. Just keep going, right? But first, Bakar mission. Because otherwise we'd be holding ourselves, up for that. So like, let's take the industry, energy-driven industry. We're losing the bot though. And it needs an energy to upgrade because I gave it an energy to start with. We need to place this first. Because otherwise the bot will go the wrong way. There we go. Now I can choose where it goes. Yeah, the other chip goes there, that's fine. This one won't make 2, yeah, but if this ever gets another energy, it'll make, 3 and 3, and then we'll be able to send it everywhere. That's fine. Yeah, that's okay. That doesn't do much though, because of, lab. Maybe I should be doing this. Make a planet prosperous. Get 9 income. And another one. Like get 2, right? 4 different forges. I mean, at this point we're near the end of the game, so I should probably stop building forges for labs, because these don't give you any points. And also don't complete your missions or do anything. Well, this is like a neat, concept, right? This is a different way to do science, right? Microforges are a source of science if you want them to be. They can also be a source of money if you want them to be. Very flexible. Surprisingly flexible. Okay, so this is all empty, so Hail Mary. Yeah, there are a bunch of planets up here, but we have this mission to go down here, which seems to be difficult. Also, yeah, they have always been fixed. There was something to expand it, but it's not necessarily to do that. There's actually no planets that are struggling anymore. That's a good question, right? Sometimes you just tunnel vision down one direction and just forget, oh, where was I going with this? We're going down here, though. Okay, I mean, that's a two-way trade. That'll work. And we actually get to see what this is. Okay, a free infraspace relay. I might want to take that one. Because I might be able to take it to make science or do things. Or other interesting things. I mean, making an extra bunch of science with it is fine, right? Make an extra 2 science from one of our labs or 1 science from one of our labs is a good investment for that. I mean, I could, for example, get a person out of here. Because it has a pretty big unemployment problem. I can send one here, actually. Oh, wow. Wait, I might want to hold off with that. Wow. Never did... We did forget something up top. How interesting. I might want to, like, since we're so close, I mean, it's 16 money, right? That's the problem. Like, the thing is, Stilted will have missions to prosper Forge Worlds, but I mean, it's just level 1. It won't have them yet. You have missions for Oceans? Nah. I should have taken this income years ago. Would have made a big difference. I mean, at this point, we have 120 income now, so that's good. So we get to actually have universal miniaturization or skill download at this point. Yeah, I did think about it, but never built it. One of the things you can do is you can leave things at successful in order to gain much more points in the late game for missions. But if your guys are at level 1, it doesn't really help, because they will never ask for prosperous anyway. They'll ask for successful things. It's like, well, I mean, you gotta keep going. Okay, so what's next? I guess a farm here? And then we'll figure out which tech I want. Okay, complete my mission for me, please. And we have the money anyway at this point. Okay, so yeah, see, Forge was successful, that's the thing. 10 ore. It's quite a bit of ore. Let's do this first. I think it's gotta be an infraspace relay. Do we have enough time to make 10 ore? We get a Bakar tech discount, is that valuable? Right, these and these. More energy could be nice. Like, energy solves a lot of this water that's missing everywhere. I'm like observing a distinct lack of water in a lot of places. Starbirth will solve goods needs as well. Actually, maybe the relay should be used for a good. That's pretty much the rarest thing. Like this one here. Like this one really wants one, right? We'll probably make another few prosperous things if I imagine. Like, yeah, you would probably... yeah, if I do that, then it ticks. And this one becomes prosperous like that. So... how much does this make? I think it's never gonna make skill facilities anyway. Oh wait, we can make goods with microforges, so I don't need to use that. Huh. To make it work, but I mean, if I do, then I do get internal connections, which you do need. Oh, you don't need partners. Okay. Yeah, and a chip from a microforge will do. So yeah, I think it's microforges, and I think it's 10 ore, and 2 forge worlds successful. It's a bit difficult, isn't it? Do we have 2 forge worlds available for us? There's this one, which wants an energy, which we can do with a late game tech. But there's no other one. I mean, we have to take 2 missions if we want to take the missions now, and I kind of do. Because this starts counting immediately, and almost all our actions are going to be making ore. In various ways, shapes, and forms. There's also trading 8 resources, which is, you know, actually that might not be too bad. But then again, you know, this gives you 6 science points, right? Which is like quite a bit. It might make the difference. We get 105, 153 science. Plus another 6 points is 160. So yeah, it definitely is a difference probably between being able to take Infraspace Mastery or not. In fact, we might take that as our next tech. Or we might take Universal Miniaturization. Both are really nice for this run here. Universal allows you, you could also go for splitting plus Mastery to really go heavy on the relays. Allowing you to do sort of fanciful things with them. I did not take this, right? Everyone wants water. Should I have? I could take a relay and start relaying in water everywhere. It's not too shabby, but this just seems so good for what we have. So like that. It's It's a bit weird to take these two. Like, this is easier to do, but these have this discounts on it. The tech on it. Like the question more is like, are we going to take things that benefit from it? Because this doesn't. I mean, I might wait with it then, right? Take it later. Take these first. Well, they'll take time to build. We have the money to build them. It's also an important thing, right? And then get the Forge Worlds successful with that. Certainly this one will be able to be helped. We just need to find an energy from somewhere. We'll probably be able to do so. We'll just have to find another desert or arid, I believe. Or one of these, right? And then you could pipe in an energy. And that would make it successful. And then the other thing would be making a bunch of ore. But remember, we have energy-driven industry. That will be able to make a bunch of ore happen anyway. Like something like take this and then relay in here. That makes 2 ore already. Build this. Right, also makes 2 ore already. That's 4. 10 is quite a bit though, right? It's not nothing. But the thing is, the microforges, they want ore, right? Like this one, for example, could make 2 more. That's 6. And then no real good plan for the other 4. I don't know. I might take Silthid and Ephorians. Yeah, both monolith. These things can use ore too, but these are quite expensive and quite late game. And also, like, you can't take everything, right? We can't take this, and this. That's too much science. It's 120, 180. Don't have 180. We have closed it though, right? There's 6 more years in it. We might be able to make it. Just, right? These 4 techs as our final 4 techs. Then we would want to make some ore in preparation. Try to find the second Forge World as well. Try to get the bonus science, which is actually kind of instrumental trying to do that. I think I'll go for it. We'll try it. We'll see if this works. So then the goal would be to get ourselves could get a free infrared relay. It's not that necessary anymore at that point. Maybe we'll just scrap this for money then. We'll get the infrawaves first because that's cheaper on the science. 1, 2, 3, 4 we wanted. Might get the splitting right now. Or we'd be able to split. I mean, I see 1 good split already. Let me build this first. I'm trying to prepare by making some ore everywhere. Send you in, because why not? We'll be making some microchips here. Because this thing wants them. You know? Maybe want to hold off on making this prosperous actually on purpose, so that the Silthid mission can be done instantly. If we get the mission we wanted, right? Infraspace Mastery now. And then try to get an energy for you. There are quite a few ways of doing that. Some more expensive than others. There's, for example, this that can be done. Sneaking it in. We need 2, right? That's going to be like a 200 gold construction, right? The white elephant bridge, basically. Also, this needs a bot then. Should need another one of these. I mean, or this one, right? Make a bot, send it in. But this one's will make a bot for you. So it's like, man, you know. It's this option of scanning. Where's the other Forge World we're gonna do? That's the other question, right? Isn't it? Maybe we'll do this one. A combined factory here? Hold on a second. Will a combined factory here work? Or a goods producer? No, a combined factory it'll have to be. Then where's the ore going to come from? Can you like send it here? It could, if we do it in the right order. It's like making that second successful Forge World is a big question. We'll have to do a silted mission at some point. So that's it. And then this one. We go to Vast if I do that though. Let's try to do Vast after at the end of the year. So we still get the 126 money. That would be nice. So like just pre-build a bunch of things. This will be a two-way trade, and then this will go in here. And then, I mean, you will have to go in there. So we need another relay for that. I just sort of like build half of everything. And then I'm going to like, well, I'm going to be building some infraways. Might as well, you know, plonk this down. And now we're good, right? Now I can go ahead and expand. And let's try to do our mission. Get that, as well as that. As well as you. Take the energy back. Send that away. We have one successful Forge World. Now about the other successful Forge World. Where again was that? It was here. Yeah, that needs energy. Where are we finding that energy? That's the difficult part. Oh. Yeah, that's energy. Gotta... Is there a way to do this efficiently, actually? Because, oh wait, we can unlock stream splitting, actually. And then build a infraway to build things a little more quickly. The way we can do that is if I put down one of these. Then we can save ourselves a month, I believe. Does it? I mean, yeah, it's just a shorter connection, really. It's my main thing, right? Like this. That's the mission complete. And the robot can go in there, producing an extra energy for whatever reason you might want one. And that... Okay, now we need a bunch of ore. Make a bunch of ore is the question now. How much more can we make? Where can we make? A lot. Oh. You need to get rid of your biomatter before you actually become happy enough to produce water. Is the problem here. And I don't really want to waste time with like colonizing things if I can help it, because that takes 3 months every time, and it's, you know, we only have 3 years and a bit. So gotta be a little efficient about things here. 34 to make extra connections, right? Can I send this biomatter anywhere where it can be used without too much trouble? I can send it here. Produce some water, which makes 2 ore, right? And makes probably like some successful things. Send it. Can I also get an additional connection with that? It's also a thing I'm always trying to look out for. Can we do it in such a way that we get additional connections? Right, there's a water available here. There's a biomatter available here. It could perhaps go into here, for example, right? Or it could go into here. In fact, yeah, but we want the water into there, right? Could we energy-driven industry you? Perhaps we could skill up the thing, right? But then we'd not be able to get stream splitting. Is the problem. It's like an either or. And I do think stream splitting is pretty good because there's quite a few places where it can be used already. I mean, not here, right? It's already sending it there. Maybe not actually too many places for now. But it's definitely, these infraways are definitely good with stream splitting. They kind of almost always are. Like, yeah, this one, for example, right? You can send an ore into here. In fact, I could send water into here as well. I mean, that's just fine, isn't it? Just find some more energy, I guess? Like, you are energy. Actually, hold on. If I send you energy, you will, like, explode in production. I think that's it. We do both. Why not both? Right? That's 2 water. That's 1 for you, making more ores. I need to find out how to make you prosperous. It probably has something to do with giving you some more imports or exports, I would imagine. Yeah, using the ore, right? Because using it makes things prosperous, usually. And then I've got an extra water available. Because, you know, we can never have too many. Which you could send expensive connections, right? We're not building any more brain machine interfaces because they're not really all that good. And then you might be like, oh, well, there's an ore available there to send away. What you going to do with that? Well, wait, obstructed? Why are you obstructed? Oh wait, we have stream splitting. We require stream splitting. There we go. That sends away one of their ore, allowing it to produce another. Now we're at 6 out of 10. 4 to go. Like, if I can help it, I can get a discount on monoliths here, right? Yeah. That would be kind of good. The question's how. Because this connection does preclude this connection, because you can't cross infraways with other infraways. So, I mean, you could do something fancier than this even. Right, there's an even fancier way of doing this, which is doing something like this and that. And going, this is highly expensive because you have to do that. Oh, it's not that expensive actually. And then you can do stream splitting and get that kind of thing. In fact, that's still not good enough. We have to do one better. Right? That sort of like convoluted network will give you more ore output. 7 in fact. So only 3 to go. 3 ore to go. I'm making a bunch of prosperous plants in here as well. Right? It's not terrible. Not at all. You cannot make energy with more energy, unfortunately. That got changed, though. It used to be able to. You used to be able to make energy out of energy with energy-driven industry. Also, ore. This is like 1 more, right? So that's only 2 more needed. So that saves me just this whole shenanigans saves me a whole ore planet. I mean, I might just get this one. Are those not useful anywhere? Perhaps not then. You need a good, right? We can make one of those. Let's do that. Can you still produce water? You can't. That's unfortunate. I also need to fix you, right? Yeah, we'll do that. First we'll do this, though. If I do that, I can research universal miniaturization, question mark. And we're about to make a goods fab here. To make you a good, to get you to produce an extra human to produce the ore. To complete the task, to get more tasks. The Silted wants us to make 8 robots. Yeah, about that. I don't think we want to do that. They all want to make us... They all want us to make stuff. Yeah, I don't think that's affordable. We do get the monoliths if I want them. We need to connect the monolith to a bunch of things. I might want to just do that, right? Let's go make a monolith connection. Oh, I should have. But you know what I should have done is leave another relay here for the monolith to connect in, because now these top 3 can't connect to it. I still can get quite a bunch though. I think we'll go ahead and try to build a big monolith and we'll decline. So the way that these monoliths work is you need to have connections into prosperous planets. So the way you'd want to do that is you want to make sort of like a network of things, right? So let's start with these 2, right? That connects them both. Then we'll get you 2. But again, like I want to do this with as many of these as possible, right? For as little money as possible. But this thing is already in there, so we'll do these 2 in here. And then we'll get another one here. Right, we're building a tree basically from back to front. So basically take 2 to the power n things. So we'll go ahead and get ourselves our monoliths. Right. I'll go ahead and connect that. These are expensive connections, but look, there we go, right? That's how you do that. And then we'll go ahead and I think we'll end it here because we only have 100 money left. Told you these things are expensive. And then we'll connect you in here, I think. And hold on, what do you need? More trading partners? How can I give you another trading partner? I mean this one, right? I don't know, like this is kind of difficult to give you a trading partner actually. This one. From the outside, just like that. Okay, so that will become prosperous. That's actually important, right? So if we do this, right, then we get ourselves, you know, a thing into a monolith. And then do this. Suddenly we get 6% bonus happiness. Now, the problem I have is that I just don't quite have enough money at the end to completely use the monolith. So we will not be able to connect this as well, I think. Still, you know, I got 6% happiness for it. Because I want to do this as well. Can I even afford this still? Maybe. We have an asteroid. Hold on. November, December, and right on time with that last struggling planet that was costing us about as much happiness as the thing was giving us. So this is a score that's slightly better. Not too much better. The problem here was taking too long to complete the missions, right? Getting hard missions again. Still, this is a fanciful way of doing things. Alright, I think that's it for today. Go ahead and end the stream for now.